Good afternoon, good evening, good day. Welcome to anyone who's listening and watching. This is The Solution. Nothing changes if we change nothing. I'm your host, Chevar Francis, and I have a special co-host. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Milo. I'm also with the NYC PRC. It's really great to be here today with Chevar.
And this is a very special episode that we do annually called the Holiday Podcast Poppin'. I know I'm screwing that name up, the Poppin' Podcast thing.
Holiday Pop-In Podcast, I think.
And Ronnie isn't here at the moment, but Ronnie will be showing up in a few to join in on the episode. And so today's podcast is about the holidays, and we're going to have our partners who are going to come in, and they're going to talk about what they've done over the year, what their plans for the future, and what their traditions are in life, and so forth. Whether it's they celebrate the holidays or not, and it's how during this time of the year, what's your focus? What's on your mind? But so we're gonna try this again. So like earlier, I was talking to Milo offline, and I actually shared this with Milo actually a week or two ago, and I did all my Christmas shopping. And I actually wrapped all the gifts. So I'm like bored to death because I don't have anything to do other than I'm making a personalized gift box for my mom. I'm designing her box from scratch. I painted it with some black paint because for whatever reason that's her favorite color, but it's not, because you go into her room, it's pink, and she has a pink or a salmon colored Google Home. She has all the nail polish and makeup and all this the colorful stuff in her room, so to speak. The only thing that she doesn't own that are black, are her boots, her hat, and her shoes. This is not black. But this box is gonna be super cool. Like I said, I painted it black, but I also painted it with this iridescent gloss. So it's like glittery, and it changes colors on the outside of the box. And then inside of the box, I'm gonna put a disco ball, because one of the things that she loved doing when she was younger, even to this day, she loves going to parties. So I'm going to the party, I'm going to the party. I'm like, lady, can you just relax? But she loves the party, she loves to shop, she loves to travel. It's because of her. I love to shop and travel also. I'm not that much
I
of
mean, who doesn't? I love to shop and travel too.
a Milo, favorite place to travel? If you could go somewhere
Favorite.
during a holiday, where would you go?
So hard to say because I haven't traveled a whole lot outside of the US, but I would say that I would love to spend Christmas in like Colorado or something, like
Oh,
somewhere where it's like very, very pretty and snowy. Because I don't enjoy the New York snow, but I can appreciate the snow in places where it doesn't turn to sludge immediately.
like my background in my picture, like that type
Yes,
of snow.
exactly. That's what Colorado is like. Colorado's a very beautiful place. I don't have any family there. I just think it's beautiful. What about you? Where would you travel for the
Oh,
holidays?
what I did one year, and this is not a flex, people, so stop it. One year I did go to Dubai for
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
oh, that's
Like
cool.
the reason why I went is because the tickets were super cheap. So it was like, when am I going to get tickets this cheap ever again to fly 14? Well, it was 12 hours to get there, 14 hours to come back, which blew my mind. Straight, no connecting flight. And it was one of the
That's
most beautiful cities I've ever been to. But but outside of that, where else would I would like to go as far as like traveling? I think similar to what you're saying, like whether it's the Alpines or whether it's Colorado, somewhere to actually have that full experience of that cold weather, the snow, the sledding, the snowball fighting, the hot cocoa, sitting in front of a fireplace, like
exactly.
the whole experience. Welcome, Nanor. Welcome, welcome,
Hello,
welcome.
Hello,
Nanor.
hello. I am looking,
Welcome.
I'm searching for a background. Okay, I think this is flashy enough. Okay.
Wow, we have our guests joining. All right. I guess I did not enable the waiting room, but that's fine.
Oh, I'm letting them in. I'm letting them in.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Good. I
There's
wanted to make sure.
wait, it
So
looks
welcome,
weird.
welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. So Milo and I were talking before you guys came on, and if you guys are ready to share, please turn your cameras and showing your wonderful face. And Sergeant Barnes with the cool glasses. I love the glasses. Like, she has one of the coolest set or collection of glasses. Every time she comes on, it's a different pair. like different shapes and sizes. And I always tell her I praise the sunglasses, but welcome Sergeant Barnes or Christina, because I love you. Welcome Nanor, I love you too. Mia, Mia, I don't see the head up. I see the whole body today. Welcome to the show. This is the holiday poppin'. I'm loving the reindeer aesthetic that Nanor has on. But please talk.
I'm just excited. I'm just excited because I'm visiting my family. So that's one of the things I'm very excited about. I got the gifts.
And ironically enough, Milo and I were talking about that before you guys came on. We did Milo didn't share their Christmas shopping experience.
I did do all of my Christmas shopping, and I did it this weekend, and it was a bad decision. It was so crowded this weekend in the city. If you were in like Midtown at all, it was nuts. I went to the Union Market holiday market, which was like so cute. It was so fun, but it was just this weekend. I mean, this past weekend, this is the last weekend before Christmas. So I definitely made the incorrect decision for waiting this long. But I have been the person at Target on Christmas Eve still getting presents. So at least I'm not doing that this year, because I have done that before.
So let's get to it. So we did send you guys a few questions. We want to hear your thoughts. So please, if anyone wants to share, I like to talk, so I can talk also. But it's not about me, it's about everyone. If you guys can share, what is your favorite holiday tradition? Whether it's new or old. If you haven't, if you want to create a tradition or you have one from your past, please share it. And just share it. And
I like to go first. So my favorite holiday tradition now is something we started rather doing really like recently in recent years, was the different themed Christmas trees. So at Christmas, my sister did Nightmare Before Christmas tree, and it was like so nice. And then this year she did a Beetlejuice themed Christmas tree. So like that's the new tradition that we do now, is like themed Christmas trees, which is really, really fun because it's different from our old traditional Christmas tree, which is just, like the regular Christmas ornaments, the angel at the top or the bow, and, the red, green, and silver and blue, Christmas balls and the nutcrackers. So now we kind of like spicing it up and making it more fun, our tradition, rather than, our parents' tradition. So
digging the tradition. I did something similar, but not as extravagant as you. One year I had a train, so I had a holiday train.
Oh, nice.
I had, and because I'm big into Christmas movies, I actually have the Fragile lamp. So that was up. I even again Charlie Brown, so I have Funko Pops. I have the Charlie Brown set with the little miniature Charlie Brown tree. So I've done that, but not to the extent of what you're doing me. I think that's a great idea. Please send some pictures so we can post those pictures somewhere.
You a video because
video.
So good.
Yeah, it's so funny. And we got the Beetlejuice song in the back, so we put it in TikTok. It's so funny. I'm gonna send that over.
Please send that ASAP. Please, we'll use it.
Yeah, you're really inspiring me here, because my partner and I we love Nightmare Before Christmas. We love horror movies, so I love the idea of a Beetlejuice Christmas tree. I actually did a disco ball Christmas tree this year. It's all like disco ball ornaments and lights and stuff, all from the Dollar Tree too. All from the Dollar Tree.
The Dollar Tree.
I saw a Christmas tree that was made out of books, and it was just books going around like tiered, and I was like, "That's it for next year."
I'm traumatized by books from my childhood, so that's a whole other story. I'll share that really briefly. As a child, I had to go to a reading summer camp when I was 6 years old, so I know how to read. Trust me, just don't like doing it because I had to read for a whole summer. It's one of those things. Enough about me. Nanor, Christina, Sergeant Barnes, I'm sorry. Please share your new or old or both the holiday traditions that you guys participate in.
Yeah, I think it's like the food preparations. When I'm home with my sister and mother, we prepare the food, we bake, and the day off we just come together and we eat lots of food. I think the food. And the decorative cookies, I miss that when I'm with them. So I'm going back this Friday. I'm traveling to see them, and I think we're going to do that because we have 2 Christmases. We have the Western one, which is the Catholic one on Saturday, Sunday, and then we have another one on the 7th of January, the Eastern holiday, the Orthodox. So we celebrate.
So it's like right after Three Kings.
Yes.
So I have a question. So do you get like double gifts? Well, that's the kid in me.
No, double dinner, yes. Food.
Double dinner.
Food, yes. Gift.
Like, wait a
No.
minute. Like, again, the kid in me is always gonna ask, like, how do I get more toys? Sergeant Barnes.
So for me, it's very similar. Is getting together as a family to cook certain dishes. And then we eat them at Christmas because like the family is doing this. And then now my little cousins are not little anymore. The youngest one just turned 19.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I remember wiping their butts. Like it's so hard. Like, like I remember changing their diapers and stuff. So now that they're like, oh, I can't come this Christmas because I'm going with my partner, I'm like, ah. But we always make sure, even if we don't meet on Christmas Day, we get together sometime in December to just celebrate, talk about the good times. This year we actually started a new tradition in which we brought out, like, everyone brings all of their pictures that they have, like physical pictures, which is kind of ancient now that, with technology, but we'll bring out the photo albums and just like reminisce, talk about different things. My grandmother was one who always brought us together, and she's no longer in the physical form right now. So
Wow.
we make sure like to talk about her for, the younger cousins who didn't really get to meet her or spend time with her, kind of just tell stories, laugh, joke. So that's been, pretty much what we do for Christmas.
Pictures are extremely important, and I have a fellow photographer on the line, Mia. Yes, Mia. I'm gonna tell the world you're a photographer also. They're so important because they allow to tell stories. They allow to bring back history, and I love that tradition of sharing those stories of the past and sharing the stories of your grandmother. And I'm sorry you lost her. And I'm going through something similar at the moment. But Milo, we haven't shared any of our traditions.
No, we haven't.
You want to
And
go first?
yeah, well, because I was actually thinking, like, really resonating with what Christina was talking about, like honoring your grandmother and like those who are no longer with us. Because a new tradition that my family is trying to start is that before Christmas, like on or around Christmas Eve, we go to St. Patrick's Cathedral to light candles for both of my grandmothers who have passed away. And that's just kind of like a new tradition that we've started to honor, our family members that aren't with us anymore. And over the past few years, my family has been creating a lot of new traditions because I also lost my grandmother, who was really like the head matriarch of our family about 5 years ago. So over the last 5 years, we've really been creating our own new traditions and figuring out what Christmas looks like for us now. And so creating these new traditions of like going and lighting candles, having a holiday dinner at my parents' new house, just things like that, trying to create the new traditions in the family when, those that we love are no longer with us. It's hard, but it's also what makes the Christmas season so special, I feel like, is that we create that time to remember and to keep memory alive, and also to celebrate. Like we celebrate those that are in our lives, that even if they're no longer here with us, we celebrate them in the Christmas season. So that's really where my mind has been this Christmas. I know it's a little bit not super fun, but
no, it's okay.
Like we've just been trying to create new meaning and new traditions together as a family. And that's something that I also celebrate, is being able to do that with my family, is being able to start those traditions.
Thank you for sharing it. I know this is the time of the year where people come together, or they're alone. It's a tough time of the year. Oh, we have a new guest. Wow, a very new guest. Oh my goodness. Well, I continue to talk. So this is definitely the time of the year where it is tough. But I'll share. I don't necessarily have too many traditions or what have you, but I do have a tradition. I'm a dad, doesn't matter how old my kids are, and my son's taller than me now. He's still a teenager. So what? I don't. My tradition is they cannot see the gifts. Santa Claus is still real, people. They still the kids doesn't come out until they go to sleep. They try to outlast me. I'm like, I mean, I'm getting older now, so they kind of do outlast me and stay up. But they're not that bright. They end up falling asleep, and then when they go to sleep, I get up and I take the gifts out. Hi, so this is Ariel Simmons, who's the newest member of Safe in Harlem. Did I say your last name correctly? Because you have an acronym last.
Simmons-Minoso.
Simmons-Minoso.
Ariel's fine.
Okay, Ariel, how are you? So this is
I'm good. How you doing?
Enjoying life. This is our annual Holiday Poppin' podcast.
Sounds good.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
You could quickly introduce yourself and answer this question after you do.
Okay.
And then Ronnie's going to introduce herself. Any traditions that you have that you celebrate now, or you would like to change that you do during? Because I don't know how you celebrate the holiday. So however you celebrate the holiday, what is that tradition that you either have that's old or new? Because some of us came with new traditions, and some of us are using old traditions. Please share. Go for it. And also,
no problem. So I am Ariel Minoso. I am working with Safe in Harlem as a coordinator over here, really working with the youth and the schools that we have connections with. For tradition, I would say that I always opened my presents on Christmas on New Year's Eve at midnight. It was never on New Year's Day, so it was always at midnight. So, which I always loved. So, yeah, and that's about it.
Wow, so not Christmas, you would open on New Year's Eve. That's okay.
Oh, not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve.
Okay, because I'm like, okay, I was like, that's new. I've never heard that one before.
No. Always on Christmas Eve at midnight. So we're done with the holiday party with our family, and we go back home. It would be late, and then we would open the gifts then.
I dig it. Like I said, I'm kind of an old school person, so I'm like, do the whole Santa Claus thing and make sure they're all sleeping, and I still put the gifts. I do it for everyone. Even my mom, she's older than me. Obviously, she's older than me, but I still do it for my mom. And we have both Ronnie and Crispin. Crispin's also the newest, one of the newer members to one of our coalitions in the Bronx. Ronnie, you want to introduce? Ronnie, want to do it, or you want Crispin to go first?
Let Crispin go first.
Crispin,
we do this every other week.
Well, thank you. So one holiday tradition.
Introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. Hold on. They don't know you.
So I am from the Bronx, born and raised, traveled many places, but the Bronx is my home, and worked in research and engagement and partnership building the last 19, 20 years with different groups, research partnerships, coalitions, all kinds of different partnerships. And so that's me.
So tell us about your traditions that you have in your family, your friends, or do you do Friendsgiving? Do you do a Secret Santa? Like, what's your tradition you have, whether it's old or new?
Yeah, so normally it would be very quiet. My mom's birthday is actually Christmas Day, but we celebrate Christmas Eve. So we would usually cut a cake right after midnight on Christmas Eve to celebrate her birthday. And each person open one gift, and then nothing else gets opened until the following morning.
Okay.
That's one thing. Usually I'm wrapping gifts while sipping on coquito on the side.
enjoy, please.
It's my grandmother's recipe, so I'm very proud of that. So that's kind of, and just recently a group of friends who became more like family, we do a Elfster, a Secret Santa.
An Elfster Secret.
Yeah, Elfster is the website, so you can do it and it will automatically assign it. Okay, if you're not in person and you're doing it virtually, you can do it that way.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, awesome.
That's the plan for me and my friends next year, to do a Secret Santa, but it'll be easy just to put it, because we all live in different states now. But we still hang out.
You can do an Elfster. Yeah, you can do Elfster, and you can put everybody's email, and they could put a wish list about what they might want, all kind of cool stuff.
Crispin, quick question.
Yes.
This is the child in me, because I asked this question to Nanor earlier. Does mom get extra gifts, Or it's just like she
Yes.
just went, okay, all right,
No,
okay,
no.
okay. Because like as a child,
Absolutely. She gets a birthday gift with a birthday bag, but she gets a birthday Christmas card that only Hallmark sells. And it's really hard to find. So I had to go to Yonkers, Amy's Hallmark in Yonkers on Central Avenue to find her birthday/Christmas card. But she does. As long as I've been alive, she definitely gets 2 gifts.
As a child, I always like, I wish I was born on Christmas. Then I realized I'm like, I don't get extra gifts. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
And I'm the 31st. I'm December 31st
Oh
on
wow.
New Year's
Well,
Eve. So
okay.
yeah, you end up thinking like, oh, well, you get one shot and that's kind of it. And
So Ronnie, please introduce yourself. Welcome back. Welcome here. And we have Brittany and Dawn. So Ronnie, come on, Ronnie.
Yeah, and I know we didn't have our usual beginning for our podcast, so I'm going to say it now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends upon when you're listening. Welcome to The Solution. Nothing changes if we change nothing. And I missed the beginning because I had to take a dog to the vet for an emergency, but she's laying next to me right now. So that's a Hanukkah gift for me today. I'm Ronnie Katz. I'm the director of the New York City Prevention Resource Center and co-host of The Solution with Chevar. We're excited that you're here for our holiday podcast, our annual tradition, if you're talking about traditions. Last night was the first night of Hanukkah. That's not my menorah because that would be too many nights in. But I did light my first candle last night. And one of my traditions, many of you know I'm in long-term recovery, and I assign a spiritual principle to each night of Hanukkah. That's my way of doing it. Last night I started with love. And every night there'll be a different spiritual principle till when the menorah is filled, it also filled with spiritual principles. So that's been a tradition for me. I also am married to somebody who is raised Christian, so we celebrate Christmas too. And well, we have a puppy this year, so let's just say she's gotten a lot of gifts already.
Nice.
And she doesn't know about all of them. Um, my old girl Lucy, who I take to the vet this morning, she'd rather have food, so she'll get her treats. But we always do on Christmas Eve and on New Year's Eve, we do appetizers. We do a whole thing where we just make a whole bunch of different appetizers and have those. And we do a Jewish Christmas. We have Chinese food and a movie on Christmas, and that's what we plan to do this year as well. So those are some of the traditions in our lives, and I'm so glad to see all of you here today. This has become a fun event, and we'll let you keep on talking and get to know you a little bit better. Shavar, call on the next person.
Whenever you mention the Chinese food on Christmas, the first thing that comes to my mind is A Christmas Story. One of my favorite movies. I love that movie. I have to watch that movie. Like I said,
Did you watch the second one?
It was bad.
It wasn't that bad.
I don't. It was okay. But so we have more guests. We have Brittany, we have Dawn, we have Sergeant Ponce, also known as Oscar. So please, the first question, and I'm going to throw out another question after these guys answer. Anyone else can jump in because Milo and I, we spoke about this earlier. But the first question I have for you guys is, what are the traditions you celebrate, whether old and new, that you're willing to share? Like we heard some really cool traditions about the changing of a Christmas tree of every year, having a holiday Christmas birthday card. I've never heard of that. The second question I had, Milo and I, we talked about this earlier, is if there's anywhere, because I know a lot of you like to travel, if there's anywhere you can travel during the holidays, where would it be? So that's the second question. We have a third question, but I'll say that towards the end because that's closer towards the new year. But so you guys, Oscar, Brittany, or Dawn, whoever wants to go first, and Ariel, or whoever, or Nanor, or Chris, if you guys want to answer the question about travel, go. But Brittany, it seems like Brittany wants to speak first.
Sure. So the holiday tradition, so what we do like almost every Christmas, we either similar to Thanksgiving, so around Christmas, we would go to either like my cousin's house, my aunt or my brothers, whoever's hosting the Christmas holiday tradition, and we'll bring gifts. We'll bring our gifts to share. Especially my family is a big family, so we'll bring gifts for the little ones, cousins, babies, and then we'll eat, talk, dance, and then there will be a time to open up the gifts, to exchange gifts and open up the gifts. And another tradition that was started a few years ago, was ice skating. So around the Christmas time, me and my family would go ice skating, and that was started by my aunt.
Ice
And
skating
then,
is
yes.
cold. It's very cold and
Yeah,
painful.
but you do sweat if you're going around the ice.
Oh, you sweat a lot.
Yes.
You sweat a lot. That's why I
Yeah.
said it's cold, because you sweat. It's hot. You
Yeah.
burn up. You're burning all these calories. You're sweating. Your coat sticking to you, but then it's cold because you need the hot cocoa. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And when you fall, it hurts. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
me. I suck at ice skating.
I actually learned how to ice skate. I actually taught myself how to ice skate, and I got better, but I haven't done it in a while. And then the second question, if I could travel anywhere in the world around the holidays, it's either between I'm not sure, maybe somewhere in Europe or somewhere in the Caribbean.
Well, Milo and we both chose to go somewhere cold where it snows because because it's winter and we don't like New York snow.
Yeah, but Europe around this time is kind of cold, depending like
I don't know if anyone likes New York snow. I want Dawn, because Dawn knows my my all-time favorite movie of all is in Dawn's background. You can see Snoopy and what's this chilling with the. I love Charlie Brown Christmas. Like I said, I have the tree. I actually have two Charlie Brown trees. I have a tiny one and I have a big one, but that's a whole other story. Dawn, traditions, travel.
All right. Traditions. We're with family now that my two kids are married out of three.
Congratulations.
Thank you. One has two little boys, so they're everything to us. So we do Christmas Eve at my house. I cook, but people bring sides or dessert or whatever, and it's all about those kids. So super excited every Christmas for them, and then they do their own Christmas on Christmas Day at their house. So as Crispin mentioned, we also do Elfster. We've been doing it for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now, and it's really great because we just exchange within the 7 adults of us, right? The kids get stuff from everybody, of course, but we do the whole exchange thing, and you put a ton of things on the list, and we have a maximum amount. We do like $100 cap, and then so you can combine a lot of little gifts.
I'm joining y'all.
It's really, really the best thing in the universe. I recommend it to all, and it's just a great way to celebrate, but also you can pay more attention to the kids because it's really their holiday, with the tree and the Santa. Also, my daughter does Elf on the Shelf. So those of you who know what that is, it's you buy this little elf with the book, and on Thanksgiving you do the story, and this elf appears all over the house every day. He's in another location. So we subscribe to that too. So we're all on board with the elf. You can't touch it or else, and this and that, and he's watching you. So the little one could care less. He does whatever he wants. He's a maniac. The big one, he's like, oh, Jack's watching. I better be really good this year, so he's like, it's fun to see them interact. And Jack appears on everything in the house. So it's overnight and they think he's moving on his own. So that's kind of fun to watch.
It's always the little ones that's the terrorists.
Oh my God, this guy is hilarious.
Anyone who has siblings or children.
He's a redhead too. He's a redhead. So I don't know where that came from.
Oh, he's got it all going on. Then.
He is, forget it. He is the cutest thing. But yeah, so that's our stuff. And my daughter-in-law, she does coquito. She brings that to everybody every year. Woohoo, celebrating. And my my aunt does pasteles. So that's always fun. And that's our traditions basically. As far as travel, I would go to a hot, sunny beach in a nice island. That's where I would be if I had my wish
Milo,
list.
we're on our own, Milo.
My magic wand would put me there.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I would be like in Vermont or New Hampshire.
Thank you.
Away from everybody in this little
Ronnie.
Secluded cabin.
Thank you, Ronnie.
With a huge yard that was enclosed for my dogs.
Thank you, Ronnie.
And a fireplace and catered
Thank you
meals.
again.
Oh, we have a tradition here in the office, apparently. So this is the first year we're doing it, but we did door decorating. Holiday door decorating. So everybody did a really great job. It was very creative. You do whatever you want on the door. Guess what I did, Chevar?
Of course I know. And I know it's Charlie Brown penis theme. I know.
About the Charlie Brown. It's interactive, my friends. What do you mean by that? it's got the little whatchamacall. You hit the paw and he's singing and caroling and carrying on. You hit something else and it's music from the Charlie Brown movie. And what else is it? Oh, there was a clock that every hour on the hour did a Christmas carol for like 1 minute.
Sweet.
Just saying. All peanuts.
Sergeant Ponce, you're so patient. I guess that's the military.
Just learn how to wait. That's the main thing you learn in the military. Thankful. I'm thankful I have a small family, so it's really quick. Thanksgiving's there's only been 6 of us, so it's usually just we'll eat on the 24th. We'll decorate. Usually my mom's door or my aunt's door, like the New York City thing. You decorate the door, put the Christmas cards up. Eat on the 24th. Talk about our year. Sometimes we do like the little Festivus thing, the ones that were born in New York.
Festivus.
Just air our grievances out because all of us were, like, the 3 of us that were born in New York City, big into Seinfeld, big into The Simpsons. So we'll like follow whatever Seinfeld or Simpsons does. And then 25th is just watch NBA and eat whatever leftovers from 24th. As for where I would be, it's definitely somewhere warm. I am sick of the cold. Ever since I turned 30, I'm over it. Put me in Puerto Rico.
I mean, yeah, you guys all know I'm not the biggest fan of the cold weather, but I do like nostalgia. I do like the feeling, and I think, and because it doesn't snow here on Christmas anymore, that's why I chose. Otherwise, I'm going somewhere warm, somewhere really warm and really hot, where I can have shorts.
Wait. It's not even cold
I must
yet.
be the only person because I want to be cold during the holidays.
Oh, good
Yeah.
luck.
I don't want palm trees on my holiday. I'm
No.
sorry. I
I
can't
want-
do that.
No,
It hasn't even gotten cold. What are you people talking about here?
Should go to Colorado. It's cold
Oh,
around this time.
but Christmas weekend, the
It's
the low is
cold.
18 degrees. I was like, yes,
Like in
so excited.
I said the same thing, Brittany. I'd want to go to Colorado.
We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
I did say I would go. I would do the skiing, the sledding, the fireplace, the hot cocoa. I do the whole thing. For that,
Denver's awesome.
But just for
Denver and Aurora is awesome. I've been there 3 times. You would love it.
Yeah,
Denver's a great
in
city.
2019, I went to visit my brother, because he's in the Air Force, so he bought a house there, and me, my mom, and grandmother went there, and it was freezing. Even his house was cold; it was freezing.
See, look, you see that
But
face
you know,
you just made? We're not
Denver
doing that.
has weird weather.
Yeah,
Denver's weird
And
because
you-
in April and May it could be 89 degrees one day and then a blizzard the next day.
and there was so much
Like-
snow, and he was by the mountains. It was very
Mountains are beautiful. I have a question for everybody about holiday traditions.
Go for
Has
it.
anybody ever heard of a peppermint pig?
Yes,
You've heard of it?
I've heard of it, but I don't remember what it is. But I remember
Okay,
the name.
You have
so
to explain.
This isn't
And
something
there's
my
like a
family
good luck
does.
pig or something, right?
Yeah, okay. So my family did this one year. We haven't done it consistently because it's hard to do. Because so you order, this is a tradition that originates from upstate New York, because that's where my dad's family is from. There's this there's like a special candy store in Saratoga, New York, and they sell these mini peppermint pigs, and they're like hard candy.
Peppermint
And it
pig.
comes with a little bag and a little
Okay.
hammer. And on Christmas Day, during Christmas dinner, you're supposed to break the pig together, and it brings good luck in the new year or something. But I just
Is it
I was
candy?
wondering if anybody else ever-
Is there candy in this pig? Like, is
No,
it?
It's
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 is
just
it-
peppermint.
yeah,
So-
it's
Like,
made
you know,
of
like the
peppermint
peppermint-
candy.
So you just
Like
smash.
a peppermint.
Okay,
Sounds
like a little
violent.
peppermint put in the
that's
shape
what I
of
was.
a
That's
pig.
what I was. Thank you, Dawn.
But
You're
like
welcome,
it's
Chevar.
like you can only order the pig from like this one special place upstate that's been making them since the 1800s. That's why we don't do it consistently, because you have to order it in like October.
You don't want to miss that pig, you
I
know?
do want to hear from. I know Mia, you travel a lot. I want to hear from Mia. I want to hear from Nanor's another traveler, and Ariel. Since you're the newest, and you keep shaking your head, Ariel. I just keep seeing you shaking your head. Like, where would you guys travel? I want to hear this. I know Nanor, you're about to leave anyway, so.
We've always stayed here for the holidays, but like my
What
family
about
does travel a lot.
If you could go somewhere, I'm not asking about anyone else. This is about you. This is your moment. This is all about you.
I would
You.
definitely go someplace warm. I'll be out of here. I don't like the cold at all. I apologize to my husband for being so mean in the winter because I have a much better attitude in the summertime. But definitely be somewhere warm. In the Caribbean, in South America, because it's summertime there right now. Or Australia, because it's also summertime there right now. So that's where I would be, not here, on the beach somewhere.
I guess it would be
agree.
Milo, myself, and Crispin and Ronnie somewhere cold.
I would
sorry,
have-
get me.
I was saying I would have to agree with Ariel. I will be somewhere that is hot because if it's cold here, I want to get to the heat somewhere else. And I never spent my Christmas somewhere hot. So that'll be something new as well. So just spending, not being able to see snow and stuff like that is completely different from what, how I usually celebrate Christmas. It's always cold, snow, and gingerbread houses. But to be somewhere hot in the wintertime during Christmas season, that would be something different for me. So I would definitely choose somewhere hot, probably in the Caribbean as well.
Okay, no, I can't do hot. No, I did it. I tried. When I was working in South Africa, there was like one Christmas and New Year's. It's very strange. Like
thank you.
When it's warm and then you see snowman lights. Like it's so strange. I was like, it's very hot.
That's like in Florida. I totally agree.
Yeah,
you
it's
see
weird.
snow, you see snow people and Santa Claus, but there's a palm tree and it's like 82 degrees, and you're like, my brain just can't reconcile that.
That's why we're going to Colorado.
Yeah.
The
Christmas market in flip-flops and shorts doesn't work for me. Like I went, it didn't work.
That's why we're going to Denver, everyone. I'm sorry. The decision has been made. We're going to Vermont.
I'm going to Vermont. No, I'm going to go to Vermont. I'm sorry.
Going somewhere cold.
It's so picturesque and beautiful.
You see my background, I need this. I need this. That's what I need. That's the only time of the year. I'm a summer baby. My parents are from Belize, which is in Central America. So I'm all about the warm temperatures. But I do understand tradition. I do understand psychologically. I cannot be somewhere warm where I know and I see if someone walks up to me in a Santa outfit and I'm in Hawaii, I'm going to freak out. That's just me. I'm being very honest. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I do have another question. We're coming close to our closing time.
And when you're done, I have one too.
No, you wanna say something, or you want me to go first?
If yours is holiday related, you go first, because then I have one that isn't.
It's the resolution question.
Oh, okay. Can I ask this one first?
Yes, yes.
Into the mood.
Yes.
We've been thinking about this a lot, and our newsletter's coming out, and there's been some thoughts about that. And we're also giving during the holidays. That's why we love it so much. There's so much kindness. There's so much love. There's so much benevolence. And then the holidays end. And people often don't get the donations. They don't get the special treatment. And you'll see if you read our newsletter last year, I lost one of my dogs last year. And when I say lost, she died. And I wanted to thank the vet, the practice, for all the wonderful care they'd given and the kindness. And when I called the office, they said, the manager said to me, we have so much here right now. If you want to wait a couple of months, I think they could really use it then. And I did that, and I followed it. And that February, I started a new Valentine's tradition of thanking them and sending them breakfast. And I just went, I drove around. I didn't have a big budget, so I picked up the bagels myself. I went to Trader Joe's, got it for people who are vegan as well, and gluten-free, and I got everything in there. And I dropped off all these bags of food, and I couldn't believe the response in the times I saw them after that. They said it is so depressing for them during the year, and they go through so much. Having someone thank them made their day, made their week, just lifted them up. So I guess my question is, what can we do, or you do, past the holidays, whether it be in February or June or whenever, to continue the giving spirit throughout? So that's my question. If few people want to jump in on that one.
So for me, I'm a Make-A-Wish volunteer, so I do that all year long. So for me, that's really important. Part of St. Jude's engagement group that does a lot of give back with my daughter and I, so we do that together. And then pet related, the place where my dog gets a lot of his daycare and overnight stays, we give them we'll get sandwiches made or get a platter or food, and we'll drop it off a couple of times a year in appreciation for all the work that they do and how they help us. So but my family's always been big in giving back. My grandmother instilled that in us when we were younger. So for me, that's really important, and we do that all year.
Oh, those are wonderful. I love that. And by the way, don't feel weird about daycare. We're looking for one for our pup right now. Cool. What are some other things that people do? Because we want to keep this giving going.
Oh, sorry.
Go for it, Mia. Go for it, Mia.
I was gonna say, I'm similar to you guys. I actually have a nonprofit organization for the homeless and underprivileged, and what we do every holiday season, prom season, off seasons, what we do back to school, we get a lot of donations where we go to the local homeless shelters in the area, and we donate clothes, food, home appliances, prom dress, prom shoes, tuxedos, men's shoes, and things like that. Back to school books, pencils, and supplies as well for the neighborhoods that we do drop-offs to, which is in like kind of the similar vicinities in Brooklyn. So I want to just, keep that going, being able to keep that going as well.
I love that. Listen to all the cool stuff going on in this group. Oh, and by the way, I don't normally eat on our podcast, but since we're having a party, I figured it was okay.
Go for it. Eat. My gift is something a little bit more simpler, and it's the gift of conversation, the gift of dialogue. And I say that because sometimes we forget that people are human, or people don't want to be spoken to. Like I randomly say hello to people, whether they're homeless, whether they're going to work. Just a kind hello. It's like the acknowledgement of the person, I think, is important for me. Like, again, I might not know you. I'm not some weird dude who's just walking up saying hello, but if we do cross I'll embrace you, bow, and say hello. And if you're homeless or have you, and I see that you need something, I've even given the coat off of my back, like during a snowstorm, to a person because I have another coat at home. I think it's more important that I give, to someone, and then people like, I came home, my kids like, "Where's your coat? It's cold, Dad." You would have yelled at us, but that person needed the coat more than I did, and I can always get another coat. So like the gift of and that individual said thank you, very happy, and it was like you spoke to me because you're human, and that's something we forget, that people are human. And that gift of dialogue, that gift of conversation, that gift of giving unselfishly, that's something that I practice and I can continue to do. And I'm going to practice wait because Dawn has her hand up.
I do volunteering at Manhasset Hospital, and it's kind of a weird thing that I do, but it's really appreciated by families. I'm a photographer, so I do volunteer photography for families who have had a stillborn child.
Oh, wow.
So they started piloting a program in 2015, and they didn't get any takers to want to do this. So they would only have, the ability to take their own pictures on a phone or whatever. So I volunteered to be an actual photographer to come in and see the families, and they make the arrangements to take pictures with their child. And it's a very short window. Clearly, it's like a 24-hour window. It's super sad, but it's super gratifying, because these families want those mementos. They want professional photos done, and their whole family is there. I take it of the child, of them with the child, a variety of things, whatever they want. I do. I spend like an hour with them, and it's just really rewarding, and they're very appreciative. So that's what I do year round, and it's on call. So it's not like every 5 minutes, it's whenever the need is there. Some parents don't want it, so that's fine. But those who do, they offer that to them, and they give me a call, and I come over there and I do the photos for them. And then I send them a link to all their photos. I put it on a thumb drive for them. They have them forever. They put it in their memory box, and they always have it. So that's what I do.
Well, that's amazing. I never knew that existed. That's beautiful.
Yeah, there's actually a nonprofit national organization, but they kind of charge. I don't know how they do it. They're weird. They charge. They have photographers work under them to go out and do this work, but there's some money involved. This is no money involved.
I've seen that, Dawn, when you mentioned it. I've seen that national group.
Yeah, and so
it's great that you do that.
I don't like that, because why are you involving money? That is a super sad time for someone, and you need to just give, and that's it. So that's what I do. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Like, you're right. This is the time of the year that It's about giving. And we always talk about, I know I mentioned this a lot, like this is the hardest time of the year for some people, where, you know, quite a few people on this call have dealt with death around this year, time of the year, rather recently or the past few years. And and those of you guys who know, I'm dealing with my grandmother who's going through what she's going through right now. So it's kind of tough. And I applaud any of you, all of you, for the volunteer work that you're doing. You know, it's important. I know it's, you know, it's not good. There's no instant gratitude, but there's gratitude. The universe loves you. The universe is looking at you. Whatever you believe in, they love you. Whatever the universe, however you depict the universe or whatever you think of this entity, they love you and they're watching you and they're gonna take care of you some way, somehow. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, might be 30 years from now. But also look for those small victories. Those are, for me, I think those small victories are really important. Sometimes we look for the big, grandiose things. Like if you find $3 in your pocket, say thank you. Like that $3 can go a long way. It's like you might not have to spend, you know. Like, but anyone else want to have any other traditions or give backs they want to share before we move on to this last question? Any heartwarming stories? And that's okay. That's okay if you don't. I got a bunch of heartwarming stories, but I know we gotta get out of here. But so this final question, and please jump in when you are ready to answer. What are your hopes and resolutions for your community in the new year? And your community could be the coalition you work with, it could be your family, it could be the neighborhood you live in. So you could define community in however you want, you know, and why you guys think, because I see the wheels turning. For me, what I want in my community, what I want in the new year for my community is to see kids outside again, man. I want to see the kids having fun. I want to see people smiling. I want to see people this is gonna sound so corny, knocking on each other's door and giving out sugar. Remember that back in the days? You go to your neighbor's house, you ask for a cup of sugar. No one talks to each other anymore. That's what I want in my community. I want people to have communication. I want people to build that bond, that village. You know, it takes a village to raise a child. I want people to raise each other's children again. I want when my children leave the house that Crispin's looking out for them, that Ariel's looking out for them, that Nanor's looking out for them, that Dawn, that Oscar, that everyone on this call, that, you know, I'm looking out for Christina's children, you know, Dawn, whomever. That's what I want for my community. My community is all of you.
Yeah, that's great, Chevar. Mine is very much so similar to yours. Is a sense of village, bringing back a sense of village where we're still being social with each other. Also for change, some sort of change, because, like I said, it starts with us, but we also need everyone else to be receptive as well to that change that we're trying to make, and we have to, you know, collaborate together. So I'm just hoping that we can reach the community in a different way that'll make them feel safe to be like, okay, I can take your hand and, you know, I can be more present with community activities and different things that's going on in the community. So yes, to bring back that sense of village is something that I will want in the new year as well. And not just villages for the community, but villages for adults, children, within the workspace, you know, collaborating more with your coworker and, you know, others within different organizations and, you know, different roles. You know, sometimes we, you know, especially during the pandemic, everyone kind of got stuck in their role and, you know, was on this kind of schedule where they were just trying to, you know, figure it out from, you know, what they're doing. And it kind of like separated each department in a way where, you know, that it wasn't prior to. So kind of getting back to that village at work as well, being one and kind of, you know, making that transition to feeling comfortable to do that.
Thank you for sharing. Dawn, are you unmuted on purpose, or you're going to share something?
I was.
I see you were.
I got sidelined.
It's okay. It happens.
Multitasking, as they say.
There's no such
Um,
thing.
Just,
You can still.
just in terms of the coalitions, both coalitions, you know, I want them to continue to grow and be strengthened, and I want the members to enjoy what they're doing. And I'm really looking forward to the FSBC coalitions, both the regular FSBC and the special populations that Crispin will be leading. I'm really feeling positive about that taking off and growing. I mean, we got so much good work going on already to expand and to make new partners. So I'm hoping that that's really strengthened, and you can see the efforts come. Certainly by June, we'll see a lot of progression in both coalitions. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, mine is similar to Dawn's, expanding the coalition, increasing membership, especially in the subcommittees, and also to look to find some outreach events, hopefully early, so I could let the members know and get their participation as well.
Ariel and Crispin, I know you guys, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you guys, your voices are wonderful also. Don't be shy. So anything, whether again, it could be your family, it could be the work you're doing. What are your resolutions? Like I actually choose goals over resolutions because they're easier to obtain, because resolutions you forget. A goal, I know 3 months, I gotta get there. But Ariel or Crispin, who wants to go first? You don't have to. I know I'm pressuring you. Go ahead, Crispin.
No pressure. I was just letting everyone else talk. I had talked so much before. I didn't want to be a hog.
It's okay.
So I would say, in terms of the coalitions and the work and building partnerships, to really be able to engage with people who care about youth and young adults, and getting them the help and the resources that they need in the coming year, and feeling that it's a safe space to do that.
Thank you. Safe spaces. Safe spaces are extremely important. Ariel, anything, or you don't have to? Okay.
No,
Yes.
no, I'm here. I literally was just thinking, I worry a lot about the future a lot of the time without being here and present today, and focus on the work that I'm doing right now. So I just want to be able to take it all in, be the best piece in the community that I can be, and just enjoy day by day. Honestly, I don't want to look at May or March or anything like that. I used to always be worried about what's going to happen in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. But I just want to be able to focus on what's happening today and be grateful that I get tomorrow. So, and be able to share that with other people as well.
I can so relate to that too. I don't do resolutions because I agree. I have today. That's all I know I have. So I got to bring the best me to the table today that I can. If I had to kind of shoot forward, what I'd like to see happen, all of the great work being done by so many incredible partners that we work with on a daily basis, I would love to see people really show up, because all of you put this work, and now we need the partners to be there for you and help you make the day better, make each community a better community. So I always wish for that, and that kindness be our guide. I try to get something going called the Kindness Crusade, where I wake up in the morning and I'm inviting all of you to be a part of it, saying, how can I be kind today? And at the end of the day, look back and say, how was I kind today? It keeps us in today as well. And again, that's part of my whole recovery kind of mindset. But the one other thing I do want to mention, without getting political, that I'm part of a community that's a broader community, and I want to see all people accepted, people of the rainbow accepted, and given the same rights as everybody else. I'm part of a community that doesn't have those rights, and I just spent a lot of time recently worried that my legal marriage would be reversed. I hope that everybody can come around to recognize that love is love, and no matter how you express it, we all have the right to hold it. And I'm going to leave it at that, because I don't want to get up on my soapbox, but just that everyone has love and acceptance, no matter who they are and what they choose to do.
Love is love. I like that. And I agree with you, Ariel. I live in the moment. So before we get out of here, I do want, if you guys, if anybody from the team wants to speak, or Oscar, or well, you are the team, Oscar and Chris, you are the team also. But I do agree with once you learn to live for that day, the future's better. Trust me, you don't think about tomorrow because you're thinking about that moment. But if any Chris or Oscar or Milo and Nanor, any closing thoughts from you guys?
I'm just really happy to be here today. Really happy to see everybody coming together to do this podcast. That's really my resolution for the new year for our community. Is this our New York City pop community, to continue growing it and strengthening it and celebrating with you all, creating more moments to celebrate our accomplishments and our achievements, I think, because we have a wonderful team of people here, and I think we need to celebrate each other more.
Yes, and I'll just add to that, to have an amazing holidays and year ahead, being kind and healthy, that all of us will be joined here together next year. That's and love. Okay, the heart.
I think we've said it all.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody has anything else they want to add, if not,
I want to join Dawn's Secret Santa with that $100. That sounds kind of cool. I don't. Yeah. So next year you sign me up, because I know. I'll figure it out. I'll
Time
make
has
sure.
expired, Chevar.
No, I'm talking about next year. For next year,
All
I'll make
presents
sure.
bought.
Next year. I want to be a part of that. I'll get a nice gift.
Wow. All right.
Got you. Next year, I'm jumping on Elster, and hopefully we get each other. And I know what I'm gonna get you. And I have an idea what you. I have no what I know what you get me also.
That might definitely be something we do for next year, in NYC Pop. But if anybody out there in our listening world wants some of the information here, we will try to post as much as possible about contact information, community events, and before we
Absolutely.
Don't forget to subscribe, because there's a lot of good stuff coming. A lot of the people here today, we hope to have on our show to focus on their communities and learn more about how prevention is really, what we're all about. Like we like to say, all roads lead to prevention. And Chevar, maybe we should close out the show.
Yeah, I do want to shout out Milo for being the initial co-host until you showed up, Ronnie. So thank you, Milo. Want to give credit where credit is due. Do you want them to stick around with us and say bye together? Let's do that. We're gonna do something different. Normally we tell everybody to get out. We don't say get out. That's not nice.
We say we'll see you next time.
So this is the solution. Nothing changes if we change nothing. But I'm gonna ask everyone to do. I'm gonna unmute yourselves. On the count of 3, I'm gonna ask everyone to wish everyone. We're gonna say happy holidays. Is that cool? Can we do that? Pretty simple. You can sing it if you want. Well, no, my voice sucks. So, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy
holidays.
Oh, we got to do that over. Oh my God.
All right, that'll be our blooper. Do it again.
Ready? Mia, you're not there. Mia, you're probably doing something different. All right, you guys ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy
holidays.
I was on mute.
Whatever.
Well, we'll see you next
Close
time on
enough.
The Solution. And thank you, everybody, for being here today, and have a wonderful, safe, fun, loving holiday. Take care.